lot about it at all. Okay. Oh, Jesus, really? Haven't missed one of those in a while. I'm not gonna reset though. It's only a second.
No signs of life. But I feel like something's here.
It sucks to lose the second though, especially this early in the run. But
I don't think we're alone.
I'll just keep going. Yeah, one of the reasons why I really like running this game is that it's pretty consistent. There's only a couple things that really aren't,
Parker, give me a hand here.
unfortunately, but there's nothing you can really do about that. Now, it doesn't tell me the 1-1 time until later, so I'm actually not gonna start putting in times until then.
Oh, they're rotted to hell. The Genesis requires a decent sample size to get an accurate reading. Scan the carcasses on the beach and send me your data.
It moved!
I kind of figured that. Good work. We're on it.
Oh, Jesus, why didn't I pull it out? God, it took forever to kill him.
Give me a few more.
After Raccoon City, this must be a cakewalk.
I suppose. So why'd you quit the FBC for this outfit?
I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to fight.
I see you two are okay. Continue with the investigation, but proceed with extreme caution.
I've collected enough samples.
Good. Get them to me ASAP.
$112? Okay. That's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Now we're going to continue with 1-3.
I'll check it out.
Okay. I'll see what I can find here.
Copy that. I'll radio you if I pick up Chris's trail.
Now you may notice that the first several chapters are really, really short. They're usually only a minute or two long, and there's several more chapters later on that are just like that. Super short. It's kind of strange. But I think mostly the only times they do those, for the most part, is chapters that have 3 parts to them. Or the episodes, I guess. You'll call them. I call them chapters because of 4 and 5. I'm so used to running those games.
Parker, I found a key. Think we need it?
Yeah, hold on to it. You never know. I found Chris. Make your way to my location.
There's only going to be one enemy you have to shoot in this section. It's going to come up here. Kind of a tricky shot if you try to do it fast. And that guy you can dodge by next to pretty much every single time.
Jill,
Come on, we gotta help Chris. Chris!
There we go. Nice. It's chapter 1. Okay, so 14, 12, 2, 7. I think I'll get rid of that previous segment thing. It's not very useful without being able to split in real time.
Maybe it's the weather, but I still can't make contact with HQ. Who'd have thought we'd be stuck out here for so long?
But only being a couple seconds behind isn't that bad right now.
The plane! My god, it crashed!
There shouldn't be any shipping routes in this area.
And the intel we got on Beltro was on the money. Come on.
Jesus, no one could have lived through that.
Investigate the site. Let me know if you find anything.
This part is okay-ish. It's you don't really do anything until the very end of this part, but even then, it's a little annoying, and you'll see why if you haven't played through this game. But these chapters are pretty interesting in New Game Plus
The manifest should give
because
us a lead to work with.
you don't get to carry on with other items that you have had from before,
If that's where they are,
like you
this
do
line should take us there.
Jessica,
in
I need a hand.
Hold on.
all the parts of Jill. Only the parts of Jill do you actually get all your weapons and everything. Otherwise, it's exactly like a new game. So that's what this part is kind of like. And that's what a lot of parts are like, actually.
This cave is too cold.
You should have worn your thermal underwear.
Hey, did you hear that?
I think they're infected. Careful, Jessica.
See?
Now, Jessica can be really cool sometimes and shoot this dog right here, which is amazing. It was too late. Well, that should not have hit me. I think I dodged too early. I think that's what happened.
Was what? Stay focused.
She was your partner before, right?
Yeah, my partner from before. What about it?
I was, just asking.
I was supposed to hit both of them, so that kind of sucks. Nothing I can really do about that right now, though.
Chris, are you okay?
It's just my leg. I'm not going anywhere for a while.
Hold on, I'll be right there. I've got your back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, no, 4, 3, 2,
Hang in there, Chris.
10.
Shit, my ammo's not gonna last.
Are there any more details?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. God damn it, these fucking dogs are just running all over me. I think that was kind of meh.
Thanks. I'll be okay.
Sorry to bring this up again, but
Bring what up?
do you trust me as much as Jill?
There's no need to compare. I trust you both. Besides, trust is built through actions, not words.
Shot a bit more than I usually do there,
It's always about the job.
but that's
isn't
okay.
it? Look, is that the airstrip?
That's their hideout.
$5.16. Wow. I actually think that was not that bad. Not great though. Definitely not great. Only problem with that is I just had such a great time the last run. I think that'll be hard to beat.
I don't know.
It was like a 5-11.
Somewhere on the
It
ship.
was really crazy.
Damn it. Bastard took all my weapons.
Can you reach HQ?
No, comms are out it seems. We should regroup.
There's the screwdriver. I need that, definitely. Okay, here we go. Puzzle time.
Jill, you can't fight without a weapon. Just do your best to dodge.
Yeah, this part of the game is pretty interesting because you have no weapons at all. Normally that is not supposed to happen. It's kind of random though. I have not found anything consistent about that grab, whether or not he grabs you or not, unfortunately. And I did not get grabbed on my PB, so this is gonna lose me some time.
Jill, are you okay?
I'm fine, but the ship's crawling with BOWs.
Okay, we're going to need our weapons. I think I saw them on my way here, but I couldn't reach them. We should be okay as long as we work together. Wait, there are more creatures this way. I found this though. Think we can use it?
Yeah, it just might do the trick.
The weapons
There we
I
go.
found are just up ahead. Hurry.
Nice. And we can just run right past them with that thing because it's a decoy grenade, so they pay attention to that and not you. That's why you can just run right past them there because that's not very normal, just to be able to run past them.
We got our equipment. Now what?
Now we contact HQ and tell them what the hell is going on.
We should be able to do that from the bridge. Let's go.
Just making sure they stay out of the way.
These things are hiding everywhere.
Luckily, right now, you don't have to actually worry about Parker at all. Once you get to the elevator up ahead, you can just take it without him. Which is really convenient. Because having to wait for Parker really sucks sometimes. Here we go. And then we're going to take this elevator. Go up to the bridge. Alright, that is pretty much the end of the second chapter. It's not that bad.
I'm at the bridge. We can't change our course. We're completely adrift.
This is recent. The
There he
perpetrator can't
is.
be far.
Hey, Parker. $4.46. Oh shit. I gotta re-put in the fuck. Why do I have the backspace as that thing? Hold on. Back would be that. Well, fuck. What was 1-3? Oh well. Guess I'm not using the timer. Not this run. Next time though. Might be able to do a run after this. Okay. This part's okay. Ish.
Your efforts are commendable. This is one wake-up call which was long overdue. Fine work. Jessica, Parker, come in.
His face just looks so messed up. Like,
We're closing
why did they put that on his face? And it's permanently there.
into the helipad.
Plus, his hand is always in the shape of as if he's holding a handgun. I'll point that out later too,
Cadet, make sure they reach the heliport.
because he'll still have this exact face. Even after he's done talking, he just goes right back to that face. Like, it's just permanent on his face. It's really strange.
You think this is it?
Not if we shoot all them
And I guess that's just a side effect from the game being ported from the 3DS. I got them with 3 of them with only 2. That's really good.
Head for the chopper.
Normally I have to do at least 3 times there.
Climb the walls too?
There we go. Nice, that was really smooth. Did not have any trouble there at all.
Drag you into this.
That's fine. You're buying me dinner next time. And I'm ordering lobster. What the?
Broke already?
That was the last working elevator. How do you feel about stairs? Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about stairs.
I don't mind stairs as long as it's not a huge journey up the stairs. 3 flights is like that sweet spot. It's like, it's a little tiring, but it's not bad at the same time.
So, what do you think about that O'Brien guy?
BSAA director? Not my type.
That's not what I meant.
He needs to stand up to General Morgan.
Yeah, I agree. I think being in the FBC distorts our moral compass.
This is going really, really well.
Still,
In all honesty, I'm surprised just how well this chapter is going so far.
the elevator's on the 6th floor. Hurry.
Holy shit, I think you actually pushed me forward. Holy crap. This chapter is going just insanely well. What the what in the world?
Okay, I'm coming. For the love
It
of
actually
God.
pushed me forward. That's incredible.
System little bastards. Look, this holds him.
Come on, the elevator's just ahead.
Okay.
Come on.
They're almost here. They're here.
I think they're here for you. Because you're a flirt.
Sorry, I don't date cannibal monsters.
There you are. Okay. That's a fun way of enemies right there. The last one. Come on. Making sure Jessica is completely inside before you try pressing that button. Otherwise, Parker shouts, and it takes like 3 or 4 seconds before you can even press the button again.
Jesus, I
Really sucks.
Yeah, we're fine. But that was crazy.
This was such a good chapter. Wow. I'm actually pretty amazed.
Raccoon City all over.
This was pretty much perfect. The only thing that would have been better if I had not knifed at all while running to the spots, like the elevators and before this one. But it's really hard just to run past the hunters, actually,
We did do everything we could.
because they jump around so much, and they'll try to jump in front of you, which is what I tried to do earlier, but it didn't work out, and it ended up actually pushing me forward.
When have I ever gone back on my word?
That was interesting.
Get the
Very
ladder, we gotta
interesting.
go! Okay, ladies first.
652. Nice. I think that's a really good time. I think I saved like 7 seconds there.
So the FBC is on this ship too. What's going on here?
We're operating without any intel. We need to search this ship for answers. Not that I relish the idea.
Unfortunately, he steps pretty far forward there, and I had to walk around him to make sure I wouldn't get stuck on that corner. Because when they die, they leave a pretty big area where you're not able to walk for a while.
Investigated anything yet?
And the bigger the enemy, the bigger the spot is, usually. So it gets kind of crazy. And it gets really annoying later on. Okay. Actually, I have no idea why I did that. I already killed them. What the fuck? Why did I do that? Hopefully I'll remember that next time. Since I obviously did not remember that this time. Alright, we're gonna use the rocket launcher right here, actually. Gonna use the helm key and keep going. This is going to take us to the Grand Hall, which is really nice looking. I think they did a great job
Like on a cruise ship.
with this game,
Like an opera house in here.
porting it.
These bigs gotta have
At
a
least.
control room somewhere, right?
Some games just don't get ported very well, but this game, I feel like it got ported really well. Actually, I don't need this. I thought I was going into the casino for some reason, but that's not until chapter 4, I believe. Yeah. That's the next chapter. Make sure to kill him. I gotta wait for Parker anyway, so it's not even that big of a deal to do that. He's right behind me. That's good.
This is the Queen Zenobia.
Doing that is kind of strange because if you do it like a split second later, the blast from the rocket launcher, it just doesn't kill him for some reason. I don't know why. And it takes 2 shots sometimes because of that. Anyway, now this is pretty much the end of the chapter. We just got to go back to the Great Hall, go up the stairs, and go through a door, and that's literally it. Okay. Here. And this is the end of the chapter right here. Okay. That's chapter 3. Chapter 4 is actually just going to be one big chapter, and that's it, which is really nice.
Jim, look at this. Both ships out of power. The ship's running on emergency power. The comm system needs the main power. We need to bring the engine room back online. That won't be easy.
It's really a lot easier than it sounds like.
Raymond,
Take it. You might need it. Like you said, turning on the power won't be easy. That key will get you through the casino on the first floor. Then you'll find a lift to take you to the building. But tell me something first. You didn't see any other
Now, if
NPC members.
there's a chance of it crashing right here if you open the door early, so I'm not going to do that, even though it saves a little bit of time.
She went to the village.
should we look for this Rachel woman?
We can, but after we bring back the ship's power.
The game crashes because like you get through here and the text is still going, but I guess it just gets really confused or something. And it's not really sure what to do, so it just kind of crashes. But again, I've done it before where it doesn't crash, so I'm really not sure why. It's not consistent. It's kind of random, and I don't want to try to save a couple seconds and possibly crash the game. Maybe if I'm only like a couple seconds away from world record, it might be worth it then. But even then, it's still a pretty big risk because you might not get it, and
It's a luxury
it could
ship.
crash,
They have things like
and then you gotta restart.
Holy
shit, it's been infected. Watch out.
saw these in the video.
Gift from our friend in the gas mask. Thank you.
Finally quieted down a little.
So, I can get more coins with this? I wish I had one of these at home.
Hey, there we go. Cool. Getting that only on 2 tries is really good, actually. Usually that machine is really bad. There's a couple of other machines you can use it on, and I feel like they each have like a different success rate. Because there's one of them which about 50% of the time I can get it on the first try, which is really interesting.
Hope it still works.
It's not the closest one to the door though, and sometimes you can get that one on 1 or 2 tries at least. So
Out of the lift is easy.
Then
it's
we need to
kind of
find it.
worth it just to
Okay.
try that one and hope for the best.
Turns up.
Roger that. I'll look for it on my end.
Oh my god, I cannot think how this is done. Oh Jesus, I just went fucking brain dead there. I literally could not figure that puzzle out for the life of me.
Didn't Raymond say his partner was in the butte? That means Rachel or whoever has the key. We just have to find her.
I think I might have an idea where she is.
That corpse you ran into earlier?
I don't have to worry about any of
I
the
just
enemies on
pray
the
it
way
wasn't
there,
her.
really, because you can just run right past them. in every single case. Which is nice for me, because that's a little bit less work. Actually, no, I can't dodge them all. I'm going to shoot one of them. I shoot him because he's in the way, and he's very, very likely to grab you. That one. Now, instead of going to the right this time, you want to go stay left for this guy.
Okay, it was around here.
Jill, what's wrong?
I found the target, but she's a zombie.
Isn't that always the case?
There we go. Very easy with the rocket launcher. Otherwise, this part's pretty annoying because you gotta. When you do enough damage to her, she starts to run away, and at that point, she'll probably get away in the ducks. Especially if you're not playing on casual, she will get away, pretty much guaranteed. And then you gotta keep following her backwards this way, and eventually kill her. And that takes a while, especially since she keeps running away, so you can't get it all done at once. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, normally she'd stop right here. This is like the last place, and Parker would come running through the door if you did.
Jill, are you okay?
I'm trying to make sure Parker's behind me. That's why I'm taking such long corners there. Because you cannot move on without Parker, and sometimes he'll get stuck on the corners. And if that happens, that costs you about 10 seconds.
And they're just using whoever they can.
It costs like a pretty crazy amount of time.
Worry more about getting this ship operation.
Lift key, lift key, lift key. Jesus, don't forget about that. Ooh, shit. Almost forgot about that. That would have been terrible. Okay, now we're in chapter 5. This is a really
Feels like something's gonna
short
jump
part.
out. Watch your footsteps. We need to stay quiet. Yeah, I know.
You have two other parts with these guys. One of them is going to be in the Snowy Mountain area where you already were with Chris.
That doesn't even make sense.
And then the next one is back here. There we go.
We might be able to open up that area that's been sealed off. forgot something.
That's some shocking footage there.
Yeah, it's very shocking.
What is it?
Pretty much it shows invisible hunters though,
This is the place from the security feed.
which we will fight later, definitely. And it's a very short chapter. Or it's a part of a chapter at least. Now we just have this part, and then after this it's gonna go on to chapter 6. And then we get to go through an out-of-bounds glitch, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Attention! There is flooding in the bilge. The bulkheads cannot be lowered during a power outage. Power can be restored from the engine room.
Guess we better fight the engine room on the double.
Mm-hmm. Luckily the engine room is not that far away.
The water's getting higher.
Come on, no time to lose.
Yeah, there was an enemy back there, but he just kind of stands there. It's kind of strange, but it's nice. I like it, that it stands there and does nothing. Makes it easier for me. That one time I gotta kill that one, because he will grab me. There's one other of those things in there that I have to deal with.
Looks like we found the engine room. Alright, this is where we reset the power. It's working. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay? Go try that control panel over there.
No problem.
I don't know why that missed, but okay. Hopefully I won't have to deal with him later, but I might have to shoot him. Okay, pretty good RNG there. Sometimes those things can get in the way, sometimes they don't.
It's okay. I made it.
Hit this one again, it'll change it to A. Again, hopefully that thing does not get in the way here. Okay, shoot it just in case though. Even though I probably didn't have to do that. It's just much better for me not to have the possibility. And I will turn it off. I actually don't have to worry about that guy at all. You can always run past him. Anyway, we're almost done at this part, because that cog is going to open up a puzzle over here which will give us the key which we needed.
Repairs are complete. Meet me in the engine room.
That was pretty crazy. There was a lot of enemies there.
I'm ready to restart this baby. Get in position.
Okay. Even that green herb, you really don't have to pick up, but there's no point in not picking it up because there's nothing you can actually do here. You're supposed to wait until the water fills up. There we go.
Pretty bright out for this time of night.
Okay, there's this one
Guess
more
that's why
part
they call
before
it the
we get
midnight
to
sun.
the out of bounds glitch. Oh, that's unlucky, really?
Because they're wolves and their heads don't split open.
How that guy didn't get hit at all. Really? Whatever. It's very important to stay ahead of Quinn, though. Because being ahead of him, you could spawn the hunters a little bit earlier than they normally would spawn, which is really helpful.
Now I get what happened on the security Thanks for the explanation. Did I mention his blows? One down. Which leaves us with... I can't tell because I can't see him. This blows.
Is he not fucking dead? Jesus Christ.
Another one goes down. Quick! How many left? I don't know. I can't see them. Sleep blows.
That sucked ass, but whatever.
I don't think there's any more. Then let's get to the terminal on the plane before any more monsters show up. Okay.
That was not good.
Everything appears to be in working order. Yo, Quinn. Time to do the job.
Oh well. Okay, this is gonna be the part with the out of bounds glitch. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
No plan. Just search every room.
Great. And what if Veltro finds us first?
We capture him and interrogate him.
You don't have to worry about Jessica. Goodbye, Jessica.
A new mutation. A reaction to a new virus.
I knew this would happen.
But yes, right now you're supposed to be obviously on the same ship, but you'll learn in a second that that's actually not the case. There's actually a different ship which is exactly the same thing pretty much. It has the exact same layouts and everything,
I just hope that Jill and Parker are okay.
and somehow they ended up going to there instead of the Queen Zenobia and just did not notice.
Come in, Jackass here. Give me a sit rep.
Hey there. Any idea where we can find Parker and Jill?
Okay, inside the casino, we're gonna go and get out of bounds, and hopefully it will work this time. My last run, it did not work the first time, which really sucks because you just kind of have to reset at that point. Not reset the entire run, of course, not unless you're just that far behind. Usually you reset the checkpoint and try that again.
Pretty sure there's something in there.
There we go. Good.
Need the glove, just shoot it.
Oh, please! Stay the hell away, ugly!
If you're careful with it, you can actually get past the door there. There was a door back there which I was supposed to take, but I did not end up taking it because of that skip. You don't have to wait for Jessica or anything, you just go. Thank God. I hate having to wait for people in this game.
I just had no idea it takes so much to rescue them. Parker is gonna give me a nice dinner for saving his ass.
There's only a couple of enemies left, and we're gonna take them out with the assault rifle. Just machine gun, I don't know what it's called, I think it's the G3? Can't really remember it off the top of my head though. Started shooting the other one just to make sure that it would actually explode. I couldn't really hit him because the other guy was in the way, but that's fine.
There's more of them here!
But you want to make sure both of the balloons are close enough to die, otherwise you gotta shoot them both. Because when you try to run past them, they're gonna explode.
The Angelo's around there! Hurry!
There we go. Nice. And now we're back with the drowning duo here. Hey, we made it out.
It's still filling up.
Power's back. Bring down a bulkhead into control room.
Those two I like to shoot because they always end up hitting you.
The observation. You can climb up there from the hall. Is that stopping? Water still.
And now we're heading to the next
It's okay,
boss.
Bulkhead's closed. We just have to wait.
But of course it just dies in one rocket, so it's not too big of a deal of a boss. There we go. This upcoming enemy is really funny because every single time you see it, you can run right by it and not have to worry about it at all. And this in casual, and I think you can do it in normal as well. Every single time you can just dodge it and just run right by it while it's doing all that. Unless you go up to the pool. I think if you go up to the pool, there's some up there, and if you want to actually get the stuff from there and everything, you probably have to kill them.
Contact HQ is better.
At the very least, I hope they've picked up Chris's whereabouts. Did you hear that? It's moving.
Good. Now we can get to the observation deck.
Yeah, he got really far behind there, dear God. That was pretty terrible.
Something's up there.
That really doesn't do anything. And we're just gonna wait for it to... that.
Kill it. Don't have time to talk to it. Son of a bitch. Take these.
Gonna have to be careful with the shot, because this thing does not have a great rate of fire. So if you miss, it's pretty bad. I think there's only 2 or 3 more times you have to shoot it, and then it's done. God damn it. Okay, just 1. Okay.
Is it gone? Are we in the clear?
All right. Finally here. It's night out, so there's nothing to see. What a pain in the ass piece
The
of
first
shit.
rocket pretty much kills it every single time, though, so...
The antennas. It's up above.
I just shoot the extra rocket because there's literally no reason not to.
Good to take in the fresh air.
We got a lot more than we bargained for on this ship.
Yeah. We've been fighting for our lives this whole time.
I hope we can catch our breaths after checking in with HQ. I'll check the antenna's wiring.
Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get this done. There we go.
I think that should do it. Give it a shot.
I hope it works.
This is Vermilion. Headquarters. Do you read?
O'Brien here.
I think Parker's lips are moving with chills. A second ago.
Parker, shit hit the fan here.
Oh dear God, that was
Really
weird.
hard.
I know. The whole thing was a setup, and we fell for it.
How do you know?
Alright, cutscene time. Glad it's the end of 6.
You're out of time,
I'm surprised it really doesn't switch you to a different person here, and actually lets you continue playing as Joel,
Chris.
which I feel like is not common.
No time to explain. I'll do what I can to stop the attack. O'Brien out.
Jackass here. The chief has filled me in on your predicament. There's only one thing you can do. Confuse the satellite's targeting system.
How the hell do we do that?
I know everything about that ship. I can figure this out. Just get back inside for now. I'll radio you again soon.
It's beautiful. Again, I think this game looks really good, actually.
Stop.
I know what you have to do. You're gonna use the UAV.
The UAV? There's a drone plane on this ship?
Yep, Veltro used it to carry out their attacks last year. It's in a container on the foredeck. The UAV can discharge chaff that will throw off the satellite's targeting system.
Okay. The foredeck is where we're going.
You better move fast. Quint, out.
We're gonna get there by going through the promenade deck,
I'll do what I can.
and that will be the fastest way possible.
Do you want to die with Veltro or do you want to live? Head to the foredeck. I'll do what I can here.
There are some enemies on the way there, so
How does he know what we're trying
we're
to
gonna
do?
have to be careful.
Hurry, Jim. The UAV's in the foredeck.
I find it really strange that they put a bunch of dead bodies around here.
Hunters? It's like all my worst enemies come back to haunt me.
Okay.
Where's the UAV? Finally, some peace and quiet.
Over here. Thank God.
Okay, that went really well. Oh, hey, watermelon. Oh, it's not a casual speedrunner. Casual is the difficulty. Yeah, I might want to change the title.
Quint, we're good to go.
I didn't think it actually looked like that, but now that you mention it, yeah, it kind of does look like that.
That's why it's remote. Go through the side deck to get to the hold.
You could have told us sooner. Jeez.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even realize I was calling it a casual speedrun.
I've calculated how much time you have. Sending it now.
Are we gonna make it? We don't have time to kill the monster. Run, Jim. Don't throw up.
Heating up. Parker, we have very little time.
Whoops. Oh well, that was kind of... That's a misleading title. Okay. Parker is here, good. Oh, that was kind of not good. Oh well. I should use more flash grenades there near the end.
We're out of time.
This one actually has only 2 glitches. And really I just remember everything just from playing them a lot. But the game only has 2 glitches. They're both out of bounds, which is really fun. But pretty much this entire game, like, there's very little RNG in this game, so pretty much the minutes and 20 seconds I'm behind world record is pretty much all movement errors. Fuck. That's not supposed to happen. God damn, that was bad.
Sir, but I don't have time to play with you.
I was about to fire the rocket there. God, that was gonna be really bad if I did that.
We're out of time.
These are the controls.
Come on. Make it.
It's just repetition, I guess. The first several times I had a really hard time remembering where to go and stuff, and I kept notes. That's also something I do, is I keep a lot of notes when I first start. And then just slowly, I just slowly don't need them more and more as things go on. Then after a while, it just kind of becomes routine. I could, yeah. I think it'll take a while because my movement needs to be practically perfect. And there are a couple of points where you do need RNG. It's just nothing like Resident Evil 4 or 5. And I'm not giving up on 5 yet, but 5 has like the most RNG I've ever seen. Like, I thought Resident Evil 4 was bad, but it's not that bad compared to 5. Well, not necessarily. 5 can be good. It's just that manipulating the RNG is much harder in 5 than it is in 4. But yeah, my best is 144.16 and the world record is 142.56 or 59, so I'm less than a minute 20 away. And I still had plenty of mistakes on my last PB. And so far this run has gone really well, and it'll probably end up being a PB.
But we can't allow the virus to contaminate the oceans. Jessica and I are heading for the Queen Zenobia. Just hang on. We'll contact you soon. Don't die in there. Chris out.
But yeah, this is gonna be, we're about to do the next out of bounds glitch here. And this one's a little bit more difficult than the last one, because the last one you're only out of bounds for a couple seconds. This one you actually have to navigate yourself around in complete darkness. Okay, here we go. And we are out of bounds. So we're gonna swim over here and dive out of bounds. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. Got it. Whew, yeah, getting through that door. For some reason the trigger is still there even though the entire area is not reloaded at all. So it allows you to skip a ton of that area, ton of that part of the game. And then it's followed up by this part, which is my favorite part because you can do absolutely nothing but heal and still be fine. I like to shoot a couple of grenades out though because it's a little bit more fun. But you could just sit here and do nothing for a long time.
The satellite's laser fried out all the electronics.
Because they do so little damage, and I have 3 green herbs you can see underneath the map. That's the healing items I have.
Your aim's sharp,
Yeah, I spent about a week or two just practicing this game and getting the items, because right now I'm running New Game Plus, which means I needed to get all the items that I needed and weapons and actually be ready for it, which took a while. So that gave me a chance to get used to kind of where to go and what to do. I don't think I'll be able to get it in Resident Evil 5. The Resident Evil 5 run is really, really good. And I'll probably speedrun that game kind of casually. For the most part, at least. Just because of how hard that game is. Like, Resident Evil 5 is, I think, harder to run than Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, you can definitely manipulate the RNG. But I am hoping that soon I'll be able to run 4 again. But I think I'll be doing it on the Steam version. Which is nice, because that's where pretty much everyone's running it right now. And there's also a load time, like splits, like in life splits. And it will not record the loading times to give you the most accurate time possible. That's about to become standard in Resident Evil 4 really soon for speedruns. And that's going to be really nice. I'll probably eventually... I really do want to go back to the... what's it called?
So
On the
this was all
GameCube?
Raymond's
That one?
doing?
Because unfortunately on the PC version I can't use the GameCube controller, which really sucks a lot. Because the GameCube controller is definitely the best controller, in my opinion, for Resident Evil 4. It just feels the most natural. And that's mostly because the game was actually made for it.
Hurry, we can cut through the bilge to get to the lab.
Careful. The water is infested with infected.
I can't really see where I'm going. Dear God. That was kind of strange. Some magnum ammo. It's always good to have that. That little grenade I toss out kills it, which is really convenient. Because those things, if they grab you, it wastes quite a bit of time. It's like, how the fuck did Chris get over here? He was behind me a second ago.
The lab's just up ahead.
But yeah, eventually I would like to have like be streaming 4 one day, 5 one day, Revelations another, and just kind of rotate.
Jill, try using this. I found that key on the Semiramis. The ships are exactly the same. The lab should be this way.
This part of the game I really like because it's inside the lab area. It's definitely a nice change of pace, but you're only here for about one chapter. Not one chapter, one episode. And that's this episode, really. I don't know, it's kind of strange calling them episodes, though. Because in every single game they're called chapters. Except for maybe Revelation 2. But that's because they actually broke it down into 5 episodes. And they're long episodes. This one they're separated by like 8 minutes. Like they're really short.
Now sterilizing. Please wait.
This part has a good introduction to a new enemy. But the enemy's really annoying to deal with because you have to use the rocket if you want to do it fast, and it's just really annoying. Come on. I'm not going to shoot the rocket early because he has a lot of invincibility frames, like a lot. I still did it too early.
Emergency.
You notice me running around there. That's because if I stand by the door and run into it, it won't open. It takes a while for it to open.
I'm fine.
There we go. Come on, Chris, come inside. But I am expecting this to be a PB, and by that time I should only be like hopefully 40 seconds away. And then I really need to start grinding or practicing a lot, because pretty much all that time is
Why try to hide these
from movement
facilities on a
errors.
cruise ship?
Makes a good cover for whatever's suspected.
Which is really crazy.
Good point. I hope we can find out what the hell's going on.
Okay. Okay, so it's episode 9. Episode 9 has the part with it. Episode 8, you kind of get there, but you don't really do anything besides kill that one guy. I call them knights. I don't really know what they're called, though, if that's their actual name. That's kind of what they look like. Like they have a sword and shield, kind of. Ah, this part's.
Alright, let's find that computer.
This part's interesting. Hey, Stephen.
It's a VOW. I knew Felshore was involved.
Ooh, just barely got by them.
What? Who cares? Just shoot, goddammit!
There's someone who didn't want a round and Veltro came back. So they had to shake this up.
Come on, guy.
No, now's not the time for conspiracy theories.
And let's pick up everything up.
In the flesh, MB-28? Grinder, it's what I always wanted.
You take to gadgets like a fly to horse shit. It's just a computer.
Down a brass tacks. What the hell? Nothing's happening.
What did you do, Quinn?
It's not me. I need more power. The MB-28's a real gas guzzler. There's gotta be a generator around here. I need it.
Okay, you stay here and spend quality time with your girlfriend. Here we go. I hope this rusty piece of crap works.
There's not enough power to fully charge the MB-28. Are there any other generators?
Hopefully it'll be this one that I have to hit later.
Alright, full power. Initiate analysis.
So you get anything?
No, I gotta get through the layers of
What?
encryption.
I just run right past it.
But that should only take a
I was
few
pressing F
minutes.
though, I swear to God.
28.
I was spamming that. Okay.
Ah, Grinder!
I'm on it. Leave these guys to me.
Ah, shit.
Shit. I think they've been after us the whole time.
I don't think the FBC let my unauthorized access.
The FBC? What are you talking about?
Hacking into their secret servers. Found them by chance when we investigated the crash. This attack proves they're involved.
Okay, so far so good.
You gotta give me time to get the whole enchilada.
Let me just make sure to change grenades real fast. Gonna want this one probably.
How much
Come
longer?
on.
Let's see, we 28% finished.
Your girlfriend is the slowest. You know that, Quinn?
Okay, good. It's the one near me.
Oh no. No.
What now? Gwen, did that do it? You good now?
Yeah, all good. Thanks.
Oh dear God. Oof, that was fun.
We're at 54%.
Okay, we're in it to win it now.
A lot of enemies today.
Thanks for the report, Captain Obvious.
I'm gonna reload that one
Must
bolt
have been
in.
alerted when I tried to hack my way in.
Go.
You gotta hold them off.
I will, but you're gonna owe me big time.
I think I missed.
How much longer? You don't know how much this blows.
Just past 80%. Almost there.
This is actually a really fun part.
It's another invisible monster. Watch out. Be careful.
Shit, this is enough to make a grown man cry.
Okay. Oh shit, I gotta reload, really? I did not realize that. I did not want to pick that up. I think that's all of them.
Done. 100%, baby.
Finally. That's a big effort.
Okay, I think it's safe to have a look at this data now. Ready?
Okay. That's a fun chapter, actually. I enjoy that. I think the reason that part gets so fun is because you start to have to shooting the rifle pretty early before you even get to see exactly where you're aiming. And that's really fun to do, though. That rifle is just a fun weapon to use.
I think this is the lab's control system.
Does it work?
We need a passcode to activate the neutralizing agent.
So far, this run has actually
I'll
been
sweep the
really
lab,
good.
See what I can find.
Good. Need some time to figure out these controls. I cracked the code on the door. Opening it now. Be careful in there.
Will do. You can count on it.
Don't hit the lasers, don't hit the lasers, don't hit the lasers. Go. Don't hit the lasers. Good. Okay. I've had a lot of problems with that in the past. It took me a while to learn them. Oh, I got past it. That's really good. I had a lot of trouble getting past it last time. They leave like really big spots where you cannot walk on for a while until they're completely disintegrated. Okay, here we go.
Chris, you're not gonna believe what I just learned. Morgan Lansdale of the FBC was behind the attacks on Terra
Nice.
Grigia.
So that's what Raymond was talking about.
Seems like it. All I have is circumstantial evidence. Nothing to nail him for it yet.
Downloading data. Please wait.
Alright, we got another swimming section coming up in seconds.
Download complete.
Go.
Jill! Jill, come in. Do you read me? Answer me, damn it! This is an emergency. Get back here now.
It took me so long to find this window broken in this game. I think I died several times before I found it.
Jill, are you okay?
Yeah, for now.
Jill,
Plus swimming in the
I got the
3DS
password.
version without
good work. Now let's neutralize
just the regular 3DS without anything else. It's a pain, dear God.
Initiating virus
It is just not
neutralization program.
fun.
Well done, BSAA. Your activities have been eye-opening. Morgan Lansdale. I knew O'Brien and his dog Raymond were sniffing around my business. I didn't account for your involvement, however. That was my own mistake.
So it was you. You attacked Terra Grigia.
Jill, look out. It looks like my mistakes are about to be rectified. You were so ready toward the Queen Zenobia. I hope you don't mind me watching you now.
I should have said that a little bit sooner. Oh well. Because I thought I should shoot it sooner, but I thought, no, I'll wait.
Virus neutralization complete.
That was a mistake. Oh well. It's not one that really cost me much time. Alright, only a couple of chapters left.
So, what's the plan?
Get to the bridge, activate the bulwarks, and pray the ship stops sinking. Now that the power's back, we should be able to access the maintenance system.
Okay. We should split up then. There's something I need to check on first.
Okay, fine. I'll see
It
you
is
on the
so
bridge.
strange that the strat you have for this actually works, just running right by them. I think that's just so hilarious. And it's so simple. It's so simple.
Ryan here. Did Raymond tell you everything?
Yeah, he told me, boss.
And you know what you have to do. O'Brien out.
Yeah, boss. I do. It's a new type. creatures, always showing up at the worst times.
Whew, got it. Oh, that is just funny that that works. That should not work.
Almost at the bridge.
It does though.
I'm already here.
Why does it work?
I'm going to
It's
start
so
rolling
stupid.
forwards.
That was fast.
And there's so many moments like that in a lot of the Resident Evil games. We're just walking by enemies that seem like it's not gonna work because there's so many of them, but it just works
That's fine.
because
You
it
can make
works.
all up to me in one big spending spree.
Okay, fine. Just sit tight and I'll be there soon.
Anytime elevator. Anytime elevator. There we go. Oh, nice. All right, this part.
Chris,
Right. First, we gotta get out of here.
This is Hattrick. Crook here at your service. I'm on standby over the Queen Zenobia. Rendezvous on the foredeck. There's not much time, so get
It's really good to get ahead of Chris right there. Because then you can get the door open a little bit sooner than you normally would be able to if you were behind him. Not this door, but kind of, yeah, that door, but really it's this, or no, it's this door, sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking. This door, he waits here for you, so getting in this door early is really nice for you.
The explosions have started. We're out of time. I'm jumping down.
That sucks. Every once in a while, when you do that, you can get past him there, because he'll stutter stuff. He did stutter right there. He went backwards and then went forwards. And that's really nice. Because then you can be ahead of him instead of having to wait here for him. At all these parts, you can go ahead of him. And it saves only about a second or two, I think. But still, it's a second or two saved.
Jill, this way.
Chris,
Okay, I can't get through. I'll find a way around and meet up with you.
Parker.
Parker.
Hi, Jill.
Can you stand, Parker?
Thanks, Jill.
This part can be a little
Jessica,
finicky. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of,
looking for more.
it can be kind of unresponsive and not want to work.
We're not getting past that.
You gotta slip by two oozes here,
Offer something?
and it's easier said than done.
Don't get cocky.
Okay, that was good. Getting hit by that one isn't that bad if you can get past the first one.
Parker.
Chris, I'll explain later. Just back me up for now.
Oh my god, that one got stuck.
I'll take the lead. Follow me. I'm sorry. I should have trusted you.
Chris, no more.
Oh shit, really? Okay. Every single time I've done that, I've been able to get past him without him hitting me. That was really strange. I just honestly wasn't expecting that at all. Goodbye, Parker. We'll leave you to die.
We're out of time.
It sounds like I did not get the guy up above. That kind of sucks. That's kind of why I waited a little bit to shoot. I think if I waited just like a split second longer, it would have gotten him too. Hello there.
Jill, this way.
I like how Chris just disappears when you get on the ladder. I'll never get over that. That's just so strange. I don't know why they did that. Could they really not afford to have his model climbing above you?
Almost there, Chris.
That just seems so strange.
Kirk here. Are you both good?
Partner does a lot of weird stuff. Like he'll teleport and you can see his model in some weird spots, even though he's supposed to be behind you. I noticed that earlier. When you go to the foredeck to get the UAV, Parker was already standing next to it for a split second before disappearing, even though he was like still way far behind me. And that was very interesting. There we go. Now there's only one more flashback park with Parker and one very easy kind of a boss fight-ish thing, but we have the rocket launcher, so it's very easy. We just got to kill it in the helicopter, and that's easy, of course.
You mean that big ass thing is being controlled by a parasite? God damn. I dropped off some ammo.
You really just have to hit the arms, and then he dies by now. I'll pick these up even though I really don't need them.
Is it over?
Incredible, both of you. I'll drop down a ladder. Come on up.
Lots of blood. That's for sure. Alright.
We can't hit it from here. Take us closer.
I can't. Too many bogeys.
Trust me.
Okay, fine. Hold on to your seats.
That should kill him. Pretty much as soon as you hit that one right there, it triggers the movement. And then right now it doesn't really matter until you actually stop. Over here. There we go. I think this is going pretty well so far. I have to wait a pretty long time till we get to the next area. Not really area, but the next part. We're gonna be facing it from the front and have to deal with both sides at once.
Fire, Jill.
We can't take anymore.
Okay. Not too bad. It actually does not matter to shoot here until Kirk gives us the weapon that kills it. Here it is.
You know how to treat a girl, Kirk.
And there we go. That's that part. Now there's just one more part, and that's pretty much the entire game, more or less.
This place won't last much longer.
Right. We should get to the command room.
There's hunters here too.
We have to hurry. Your HQ is done for.
Commissioner Lansdale was right.
Okay, here we go.
The boss
do
has
it.
pushed for an expansion of the FBC's purview.
I feel like this has been a really
This is
good
just
run
the
so
kind
far.
of thing he was warning the world about.
Made a lot less
And
mistakes.
this incident will bring the crisis to the limelight. It could be good PR, really.
Yeah. Maybe the international community will finally get the message. FBC has a lot of growing to do. Damn these things! Raymond! Jessica, help me!
There's no end to these things.
We want to help the cadet. We have to get rid of them.
It was a little slower than I thought it should be, but that's fine.
The last of them.
It's okay, I'll be fine.
You're hurt bad.
It's good to kind of stand in between her and that barricade, because then the guys that are attacking him will jump over to you so you can knife them. Plus the people that are jumping over the barricade are always knifeable.
Convincing me. Come on, grab on.
We can't pull out yet. There are civilians out there. We have to do something.
Heavily outnumbered. We have to regroup.
How did they pull this off with just a few dozen men? Who armed them? And the BOWs. These terrorists must be brought to justice. Blasted.
More.
It's all right. I can buy you some time. Go on without me.
You're too young to play hero. Earn some stripes before you get yourself killed.
Got through. There we go.
Not good. You're losing blood.
It's too dangerous, Tim. He needs immediate first aid.
We should be okay here.
The med unit's on the 4th floor. We might find something to bandage him up.
We'll be back, cadet. Don't go anywhere.
Everything will be okay. Alright, let's go, Parker.
Yeah, we got a couple hunters behind us. They seem to be distracted though, that's good. Really sucks when they try to jump ahead and get in the way.
So, Parker, it's nothing new, but aren't you a little hard on the new guy?
You mean Raymond? The only way those guys will grow up is with a little towel snapping.
Okay, fine. Guys like little games.
This is endless.
This is serious. They'll take the command room in no time.
Okay, let's hope this area goes well. Oh, I actually killed them. Huh.
Here we are. Just what I need.
Thank you, Jessica. That was pretty good.
God,
Only had a knife twice, and one of those knives was unfortunately useless and not needed, but still, it's pretty good.
I knew that rookie would be a pain in the ass.
Even if you
Don't take it out on him.
don't hit that guy, it doesn't really matter, you can get by him. I love how those caution logos everywhere on the screens, they legitimately look like they say Capcom. Every time I see them, that's what I think. Oh shit, I did not mean to pick that up. Oops.
Listen to me, cadet. You are not going to die. I order you to stay alive. We're coming.
Okay. A little slower than I would want it to be, but that's okay. I got by.
They just keep coming. I'm fine. They might. Hey, you held up good there.
Fighting to us. We'll show you how it's done.
Okay, there.
All right. Safe and sound.
Now we can take care of our little cadet.
I thought there was one less than I thought there was going to be there. It was kind of sloppy for me.
I can fend off anything that comes our way.
Okay.
Where are you, cadet?
Come on, Raymond.
Something is off.
What now?
Think about it. The delivery and dispatchment of these POWs. It's too professional. How did they manage to evade the FBC's vast intelligence network? It just doesn't add up. Unless somebody wanted this to happen.
Cadet, you're stepping out of bounds. We're not here to investigate this thing. We're here to resolve it.
But everything I've said, it's sound.
Alright, here we go.
The command room's close by. Just keep our cadet alive.
I know you're hurt, but try to keep up, cadet.
Ah, damn it. There we go.
He hasn't made it yet. Give him some cover.
Yeah, he's super far behind. And he has a floating shadow. Okay, here we go.
We'll take care of this. Cadet, you'll find shelter in the command room.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way.
Are you trying to leave me behind or what?
Yes, I am.
That should be the last of the hunters.
I would hope so. Let's hit the command room.
That wasn't that great. But there's only one thing really left. Let's do it.
itself has stopped. The logs we found on the beach, they came from here.
That explains why Morgan cordoned off the area.
Something's still alive.
Careful, you won't be able
Like
to
how it
fight
just
off
disappears. It's not even around the corner or anything. Just gone.
This door's got an electric lock on it.
I hope the emergency power still works.
The wires are all pulled apart. I'll fix them.
Okay, I'll see if I can get the power going.
Jill, the door's open.
Fuck.
Okay,
That's the end of the
on my
game.
way back.
Well. Whoa.
Jill, the door's open.
Okay, on my way back.
I wasn't really sure where exactly it would be, so I just decided to wait
That was
there.
close.
Okay, let's move in.
As the last ship, obviously. And they're pretty much all designed, I think, to be somewhat similar. I know the other two are supposed to be exactly the same. I can't really tell if this one is the same and we just never went to
Oh
an
my
area like
God.
this, or if it's really a different area entirely. Different
Jack
ship
Norman was the
design
head of
and everything.
He has the video we can use to nail Lansdale.
Vengeance of God. Oh, how much oughtest thou? By each one to be dreaded, who doth read that which was manifest unto mine eyes. Pape Satan.
Oh, the land grenade. Yeah. I haven't gotten that yet, apparently.
Morgan Lansdale. How dare you cross Veltro?
Morgan, this is what you seek, is it not? Indeed, this little machine contains the truth. Oh, the truth needed to bring down your entire charade.
This is it. We got the evidence.
Stop.
Ooh, got one death. It kinda sucks. That's okay.
What is he, immortal? Here he comes. Don't get distracted.
Come here, Chris. Okay. Let's see what the time is. Oh, holy shit, nice. Wow. Even with the death, it was still a PB. That's really nice. Cool. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, got all the glitches done really well. Did not mess up too many movements. Never really got lost moving somewhere. There's just some parts which I did not kill everything efficiently or something like that. I know there's several parts in that, plus the death and everything. 143.41 though. It's nice.